pleased to present for your consideration.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Jabberbox Podcast, episode 33. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Bond, and with me are the Icy Blues of the Desert, the former devil himself, Mr. Daniel Singleton.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
If you're joining for the very first time, then you should know that this show is about the two of us as we ramble on through pop culture topics, such as but not limited to games, movies, shows, and whatever else we want to jabber about. You can get the show over on youtube.com or your favorite podcast service by searching Dandy Digital or Jabberbox and hitting that subscribe button. If you like what you hear and want to be part of the show, head on over to patreon.com/dandydigital. Now let's fucking jump into this. What's up, Dan? I see some new Lego sets were delivered.
Oh, yes, they were. I got 4 new Lego sets delivered. They arrived yesterday. I have not put any together yet, but I am pretty excited for them. 3 of them are a continuation of the helmet/mini bust series, of which I now have all but one because it's out of stock with Lego. It'll come back eventually. It actually came back in stock 2 days ago, but by the time I was at work when I got the notification. And so by the time I was able to get into the Lego website and sign in, it had sold out again. So the wait continues on my last one.
Which one is it?
Carnage.
Okay.
Yeah. I have, well, oh my God. Major brain fart going on right now.
Do you have Venom?
Venom. Jesus. I haven't had any coffee today. I apologize, everyone. Yeah, I already have Venom, so now I just need Carnage. But the ones that arrived yesterday are the Dark Trooper helmet, the Luke Skywalker helmet when he was Red 5, and the Mandalorian's helmet.
Cool.
The fourth one I received is Mjolnir, Thor's hammer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, that one looks badass. I saw the Mandalorian helmet built side by side next to Boba Fett's, and I gotta say it looks fucking cool. So I think they took Boba Fett's and then kind of modified it or added more pieces and rounded it out a little bit, and it looks more like the helmet than what Boba Fett's does.
Yeah, and the detail on Boba Fett's I thought was pretty impressive because they have like the in the upper corner of the helmet for Boba Fett, that dent where the paint comes off and where he got the blaster deflected. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that is on the Lego set, like that detail.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So they did a good job with it. So I'm pretty excited if you're saying that this one looks even better.
Yeah, I like the way it looks. Yeah, from the pictures anyway. So, cool. Are you going to build any of those this weekend?
Maybe. I have so much stuff to do this weekend. I have to, I got some general yard work. Spring is coming up and weeds are starting to go crazy. Got to take care of that.
Did you get the rain that just came through this afternoon unexpectedly?
Yeah, we got some sprinkles.
Yeah.
Got a little bit, drove through it. We were out and about running some errands. We're gonna do our taxes this weekend. We got a new home security system that's going to replace the one that's installed now. So I got to take care of that. It's going to be a busy weekend.
Adulting, right?
Yeah, adulting.
Well, cool.
What's going on with you, man?
Fucking nothing. Just working and playing games. That's really all I've been doing. I'm still waiting for my Lego set to go available for pre-order, which is the Horizon the tall neck one. So I keep watching that and still nothing for pre-orders, which is weird.
Yeah, so, usually they open up pre-orders about a month before they ship it. So
I think it comes out May, so I'll keep an eye on it periodically then. But that's really it, man. I just that and keeping an eye on the on the world and eating cookies.
Yeah. Speaking of cookies, Rumble. Did you have
Hell
this
yeah.
week?
I had 2. Well, we had 3, but I think one of them might be a double for me, which is the sea salt one.
Okay.
Hazelnut sea salt, like it was good, but like as I'm like looking at it and eating it, I'm like, this is very familiar. I just haven't checked out my notes to see if we've had it.
Yeah. So I'm in the same club on that one. The one that we had before that was hazelnut churro, and this is hazelnut sea salt. It's a pretty minor difference.
Yeah, I don't see it on my list, so that's a new one for me.
And it wasn't something I was super thrilled with.
I like it. That was my second favorite one for the week. So I had 3. Snickerdoodle is a duplicate for me. Blueberry muffin is new. Hazelnut sea salt was new, and birthday cake featuring Oreo was new. Birthday cake featuring Oreo was okay.
It was another missed opportunity where the icing should have been Oreo cream based.
Yeah, instead of the cream cheese. So I think that's actually still the cookie we still have left, which is like 2 or 3 pieces of the 4. But hazelnut sea salt was really good. It was soft. I like when I see sea salt on cookies or anything sweet, I generally shy away from it because I don't like sea salt on my sweets. You know what I mean? But
Sure.
They do a good job of making it subtle, so it enhances it as opposed to overwhelms it, which I really like. So the creamy chocolate on the top, because it's served warm, it's got the moist cookie on the inside.
Yeah, it's basically Nutella.
Yeah.
On top.
So it was really good. I really like that one. But what surprised me the most was blueberry muffin. That fucking cookie knocked it out of the park. So
yeah, I'm kind of down on this week, I guess. It's been a series of disappointing weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks in a row now.
Do you think it's just the location, or do you think it's the cookies themselves?
Well, I think it's the cookies themselves. Like, even when I look at the cookies before I go get them for the week, it's kind of like, oh, well, I'm going to go get them because I'm going to try them, but I'm not stoked about it like I have been for other ones.
Blueberry muffin, I was optimistic, cautiously optimistic on that one, because whenever they do like a fruit-based cookie like that, it misses the mark a little bit for us. It's kind of like the berries and cream cookie that we had, which that one clocked in at, now it's at 100, because it was missing that that crunch on it and whatever. But the blueberry muffin cookie had that, where it was like it had that almost like crunch on the bottom just because of how it was baked, and then it tasted just like a blueberry muffin, and it was like it reminded us of those little bites. Like those little muffin mini bites or whatever. It's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, I could see that actually.
So it was really good. And so we destroyed that one first.
I don't know. It's not that it was bad. Again, every cookie, even if I rank it poorly on my overall list, there's only one so far really that I just outright would say it's gross.
Yeah.
All of them have been pretty good. It's just how good. So I put blueberry muffin at 85 overall, which was my top one for the week, by the way.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And again, it's not that it was bad, but when I eat a blueberry muffin, like an actual muffin, I like to split it in half, where it's the top and the bottom.
Right.
Because I want to enjoy the top of the muffin because it's the best part. I don't want it sullied and spoiled and poisoned by the bottom of the muffin.
Right.
So I'll eat the bottom of the muffin separate, and then I will savor the top of the muffin. And I felt like the blueberry muffin cookie was just a flat version of the bottom of the muffin. It's not that it's bad, but it's not the top. It's not the blueberry muffin top.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe next week, we'll be back to being back up.
What's funny is this week I actually did go to a different location, than I normally do because I had to stop at Costco on the way home one day, and there's a Crumble right across the parking lot from that Costco location. So I was like, do I want to just get them there or drive out of my way again on the way home to get them? It's like, screw it. I don't care. I'll just skip this week and I'll go to this location and I'll see the people that know me at the other location next week, whatever. I'm sure they'll ask me where I was, but whatever. And I walk into this location and somebody from the other location is covering a shift for somebody at this one. And I walk in and they're like, oh, hey, Dan, what's going on? What are you doing here? I thought that was pretty funny.
That's awesome. They're like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, they were joking with me. They were like, ooh, I'm going to tell everybody that you're a traitor.
That's cool. It's nice that you built a rapport.
Yeah, it is nice when I go in because what's really funny is when there's new people who don't know who I am, but somebody in the store, like there's 2 or 3 people that really know who I am. So when I walk in, they'll start talking with me while they're in the back making cookies.
Yeah.
And the person that's helping me at the register just kind of looks at me like, how do you know these people?
Right. They're all confused.
Yeah. And as they're ringing them up, they'll shout from the back like, oh, Dan gets a military discount. Don't forget.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Neat, man.
I'm surprised that you guys, because you guys always go to the same location, right?
No, not anymore. So we went to the one, we were constantly going to the one at Westgate, and now they've opened the one up closer to us. Or we just go to that one now. So we've restarted, but I think they're starting to recognize that we go on there weekly. But I think it won't catch on the same way, especially if the cookies are starting to slow down.
Right.
So, it is what it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
But so that's it for the Crumble Cookie rankings. What else has been going on?
Just work, and we got some family visiting, so that's nice. Been hanging out with them, and the kids love having Grandma and Grandpa around for a couple weeks, so they're having the time of their lives. Spring break is it just started a few hours ago for them, so there's no school next week for them, so they'll have a whole week of just Grandma and Grandpa time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know when spring break is for our area, which makes me nervous now that you said that.
It's probably either next week or the week after is my guess.
Yeah.
It's mostly when it falls for most districts.
It's like, do you want them to be in our house where I live?
Yeah. Other than that, Jessica and I were just out running errands today. We're actually over in your neck of the woods for a bit today. We went over to the Container Store and we bought some awesome stuff to help organize our pantry a bit.
I like the Container Store.
Yeah, that place, man. And because it's my birthday month and I'm a member of their little loyalty club. So they sent me a coupon on the 1st. It said, hey, 15% off whatever you buy. One-time use in the month of your birthday. So I had it and I was like, hey, let's go get some shit to do this project we've been wanting to do. So we did.
Fucking A. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at you doing all kinds of adulting, man.
I know. It's weird. Who would have thought that the irresponsible kid from ages 17 to 22 would be here doing this now, enjoying going to the Container Store.
Look at you.
Look at us.
Now look at you. I'm still irresponsible. To the point where it's scary sometimes.
Yeah, gone are the days of going out Easter keg hunting on Easter, this Friday before Easter and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Those were the days, man. Seriously.
Were the good old days.
You never realize it until they're gone.
I was trying to, actually, it's funny I bring that up because a few days ago this week, I was actually explaining to somebody at work who is familiar with KUPD's Easter keg hunt thing. And I was like, oh yeah, one year I was doing it with some friends of mine and we found 3 of them. He's like, bullshit, you didn't find 3 of them. I was like, oh, well, you stand by because I'm going to talk to my buddy Andy who was there with me and I hope he still has a picture because I don't.
Oh, shit. I'm sure I do somewhere, but we did find 3.
Yes, we did.
Like that, because we teamed up, people that go out on their own or with like one other person, you can miss them, but we knew what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah. That we were seasoned pros. That was our 3rd year doing it or 2nd?
Third, I think. But
Either way, we found a fuck ton of them.
yeah,
and we
it
still
was
didn't win.
really cool.
It was a lot of fun. I'm just disappointed that we didn't win the grand prize, even though we won or found more than one.
Right. Well, shit, I can't remember if it was the same. No, I think Randy. I think he had won the rhino off of them, but I don't think that was an Easter cake thing.
That wasn't an Easter cake thing, no.
Yeah. So, but fuck yeah, man, cool. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, other than like current events, personal stuff, that's about it.
Yeah,
but world events ongoing.
Jesus, yeah, it's such a fucking mess. Like I'm exhausted trying to keep up with all the headlines, you know. So
imagine how Zelensky feels,
dude. I know. But,
he's got to be fucking like about to die, kind of tired.
Yeah. So I'm still rooting for them to be able to stop it for sure. As of what is it, tomorrow? Right? I don't know how far ahead they are, but that's supposed to be the end of the thing. Based on the Russian intel that they found.
Right.
So we'll see what their last ditch effort is or whatever. But I mean, I haven't looked at it for a couple hours, other than saying that the convoy outside of Kiev
hasn't moved.
Was halted because of direct attacks and the bridge being out. So
yeah, if that convoy reaches Kiev, I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So, unless they can get those tanks that they took working. But
yeah, I'm kind of confused why they're not attacking that convoy while it's just sitting there. And maybe they are, and it's not getting to us. I think
they are, which is what's stalling them.
Well, it's probably helping stall, sure.
Yeah, but I don't know what the attacks from the air are like for them. I know that they still have control of the airspace, but I don't know if it would, how focused and dangerous it is, obviously, if they did like a flyby.
Right. I know that there was a story I read that Russia is considering bringing out its biplanes, like World War I, World War II biplanes, and retrofitting them to be basically piloted remotely, and then using them to bomb areas or even just crash them into places.
So kamikaze it.
Yeah. I mean, is that accurate? I have no idea, but that's an article I read that said Russia was considering that plan.
Jesus, man.
So yeah, it's getting messy, or messier, because it's already too fucked up.
Especially after last night, attacking the
nuclear
power plant. Yeah. Which didn't change any of the levels, thankfully, right? Otherwise, it's going to fuck up the entire continent if it goes, because it's Europe's biggest power plant.
Yes,
and so it's crazy that he just started attacking it.
They were just like shelling it with artillery, and like, what is the fucking end game?
Yeah, what are you trying to do? Because it's going to make that whole land that you're trying to occupy inhabitable. At that,
maybe that's the point.
Maybe
if I can't have it, nobody can.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
and it'll be another fucking Russian mess that we have. Another Russian nuclear mess that the West has to clean up.
Right. So, I did see that they agreed to do like a pathway for civilians that are evacuating, and like a temporary ceasefire if they see evacuees. So that's something.
If they hold to it.
Right.
I wouldn't trust them.
I wouldn't. Not when they're, targeting schools and hospitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. And nuclear power plants, like, they clearly don't give a shit.
Yeah, if they're willing to crack the nuclear power plant casing, then they're willing to shoot a bus full of evacuees.
Yeah. I honestly would think that if they saw that and they knew that their people weren't in a certain area because of the evacuees, they would fly by. You know, like they're clearly over there and I can hit you without hitting our people.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It would not surprise me one bit.
Yeah, so we'll see.
There's a Russian wealthy Russian businessman that put out a $1 million hit on Putin.
Really?
Yeah, put out a $1 million bounty. So let's hope somebody in Russia goes for it.
Right. That's insane.
Yep. World events right before our eyes.
Right. All right, man. Well, that's the life stuff, right? I'm still gonna keep an eye on it, but I don't know. At this point, it's almost like looking to see what's really going to be happening, because I would think that we're stopping this, which is good, not we, but they're stopping like the convoy and stuff, but then you turn around and it's like, oh, now the nuclear power plant's on fire because they're trying to actively blow it up. So when you think that it can't get crazier, it does.
Always.
So let's go ahead and move on. Let's get the show on the road, as they say.
And not stalled out 15 miles from its objective.
Right, exactly. So what have you been playing, Dan?
Nothing really new this week. It's been a busy week, especially with family in town. So not a whole lot of game playing going on. So it's just been kind of more of the same with PUBG and my usual, mobile gaming stuff. But that's, again, nothing new. It's my puzzle game is ongoing. My daily count is increasing ever more. And, a little bit of Clash of Clans. Nothing too fancy. I'm a simple man.
Awesome. Well, I know gaming is starting to pick up for sure, and it's definitely picking up for me. So I actually downloaded Puzzle Quest 3. That came out last week on iOS, so it's free to play. Obviously, you can purchase shit in game. But have you ever played any of the Puzzle Quest games?
Yes, I don't remember which one, but it was on Game Pass, and I played it for. It was
2. I think it's Puzzle Quest 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
Is that the one that takes place during Halloween?
Maybe. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah. I have seen it on there. So I picked up Puzzle Quest 3. I've been playing through it. If you're unfamiliar with Puzzle Quest, it's essentially like a Bejeweled type game, but you set up. This one's a turn-based game. So they kind of changed the formula a little bit. So you're not, you and the enemy aren't using the same board. So it's just you during your turn moving pieces around to build up, your power for any sort of spells, or if you match like skulls, that you can do actual direct damage to the enemy. So I've been playing that. It's actually pretty cool. The graphics of it is fine. It looks good, right? It looks cartoony and stuff like that, but I do miss the actual hand-drawn art from the previous ones. So that's kind of a bummer for me, but it still looks really good. And it's neat. So I've been playing that on iOS here and there. I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I'm still kind of tinkering with it. I'm on chapter 8 or 9 out of 15. So I'm making good way through the story. But I did get what did I get? Triangle Strategy yesterday. So that came in a day early because today is the release date of this recording. So I've been playing that quite a bit, and because I had completed the demo, which was essentially the first 3 chapters, which was nice because it set up the story. I got a lot of the story out of the way, or at least started. And then I got some battles in, so I got to see the gameplay mechanics of the game itself. So I knew I was going to want to play this, right? I knew I wanted to play this when they announced it, but I got it, and they're like, "Thanks for playing," yada yada, And as soon as I put the game into yesterday, it picked up right where it left off, and it essentially just threw me in. Like they kickstarted essentially at that point. So like chapter 4 is when the story really fucking turns, and that's when you start getting into a lot of shit. So for me, it was just like, oh, day 1, we're getting right into shit, So I've been playing that, which is neat. I love that it's all voice acted. So I can just sit there, and when they're doing their story modes, I can just hit automatic, right? So I'll hold the like ZR on the Switch, and I just prop it up, and I'll watch them do their dialogue automatically, which is really cool, especially with it all being voice acted. So it's just kind of like watching a visual novel or a mini movie or something like that, and then you get to play it. So I did that. There was another game I did get. I did import it because I wanted to see how fucking ridiculous it is. And let me tell you, it's fucking ridiculous. So the game is called, what is it? Perky Little Things. So
okay,
it's an 18 plus, so it's an adult game. It's a Where's Waldo, essentially. So you're not like in Where's Waldo, you're finding items and people, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
I still have those books from my childhood.
Right. So this one, it gives you a number of items to find. The storyboard that you're looking at, right? The picture board that you're looking at, it does that thing like that certain artists will do where it's like they draw a picture and then they can make it move, a little bit. So it's doing this, but like all the dudes have their cocks out, all the chicks have their tits out. It's it is really fucking ridiculous. Like you should look it up. But essentially it's like you're finding certain things. Like the first level was Christmas in the city, right? So you see like in one building it looks like an office party, right? And so like one dude's dancing and the other chick has her tits out and she's sitting on a Xerox machine. On top of the building, Santa Claus is having sex with somebody while his reindeer are, like getting into some shit. And then it's exactly what it sounds like. It's almost like a Leisure Suit Larry in the sense of ridiculousness. So I've been playing that. I got through a couple of levels where I've completed them 100%. But it's and I didn't know that I got this. I thought I was just getting the game, but apparently it was the deluxe edition, and so it came with an art book, and it's just completely fucking ridiculous, man. So yeah. I don't know if I would recommend it, but it was one of those things where it's like, let me see what this game is. And it's enjoyable because it makes me laugh. So,
yeah, I'm looking at Google search images of this game and it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, right. So like, I can't state how over the top it is. So like, I recommend, if you're of age or, sure. What I mean, look it up. So Perky Little Things is the game. And yeah, they're based off of a lot of shit. So I did a level where it looked like Hogwarts.
Okay.
So, you can clearly tell certain characters are certain drawings are supposed to be certain characters from the movies. I know that there's one that looks like, they're going through Indiana Jones. There's a space level that I haven't gotten to yet, but it's very heavy on Star Wars. And I'm basing that off of the art book that I got. So
yeah, I'm looking at one. It looks like it has like a cross of multiple sci-fi or superhero genres. Like Yondu is trying to get into a club.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And inside is what is clearly supposed to be Jabba with like a naked Princess Leia. And there's a Rick and Morty like standing off to the side where they're swapped though. Rick is Morty size and Morty is Rick size. Like that's quite a mix up.
It's really funny. So again, I don't know if I would recommend people buying it. But
And this is on Switch?
Yeah, I had to import it from Europe.
I'm kind of surprised. This is very not Disney. Or Disney. This is very not Nintendo.
Right. So, which is, I think, one of the reasons why I wanted to get it on Switch. I know Steam has it, and you can play it on the computer, but I wanted to get it on the Switch just for the collecting. You know,
the main menu has sad Keanu as an angel.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing for that.
Okay.
But just, getting between. So I'm rotating. I did play the Kirby demo, which was a lot of fun. It gives us the first 3 levels of that as well. But it's fairly short. I beat it within less than a half an hour. But it's very charming. Okay. It's exactly what I wanted from a Kirby game. So like, when you see the trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, like whatever they show you, that's what you're getting, which is nice. You know what I mean? A lot of games where it's like, oh, that looks cool, but it's not this is Kirby. Kirby's Kirby. You know what you're getting from the trailer. I do recommend downloading the demo because it's available as of yesterday, I believe. And when you complete the level, you get 2 codes to use on the full game, which is going to give you like new power-ups and such like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. It was actually a surprise about that. I didn't actually think that I was going to be getting anything, but if you're a Kirby fan and you plan on picking up the game, try out the demo and because you know what you're getting, right? So just play the demo and get those extra items, those extra codes. So
yeah, if you're going to play it anyway, why not?
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing for mostly my time.
Not bad.
Yeah. But there was...
And by the way, so I have never played a Puzzle Quest game. I don't know why, but when you said Puzzle Quest, I thought of the game Costume Quest. That's why I was like, wait, is that the one with, like, it's during Halloween?
Oh, okay.
Costume Quest is. And so the word quest being in the game title threw me off. So no, I've never played a Puzzle Quest. It was Costume Quest.
Game Pass, Puzzle Quest Game Pass. 'Cause I know it's on there. So I think it's the first one that's on Game Pass then. Which is pretty neat. Like if you check it out. So it's a like a bedazzle or bejeweled RPG. You know what I mean? So you do your puzzles, you know what I mean? It's just like Zookeeper that we were playing. So you just do your shit there to do damage and level up your character, and it's very RPG fantasy. I know that they have other ones like Marvel and stuff like that, but I've always liked the straight Puzzle Quest one. So I think it's still on. I think the first one is still on Game Pass. So you should check it out. Yeah,
I'll take a look.
Yeah, at least to fuck around with it. But yeah, man. So that's what we've been playing. But there was a Pokemon Presents that happened on February 27th. So I don't know if you caught that. I don't think you did, but essentially
I was aware of it, but I don't know the details.
Yeah. So obviously it's not a Nintendo Direct. It was a Pokemon Presents. So it was Game Freak's showcase for Pokemon games that are coming out or updates that they're doing, yada yada. It's all Pokemon all the time, which is pretty neat. So it started off with a trailer, right? So they showcased the next gen Pokemon game. So it'll be Generation 9. It'll be Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And they announced that it's going to be coming out late 2022. This will actually be a change in formula for Pokemon. It's going to be very much like the Pokemon Legends Arceus, in that it's while that Arceus isn't so much an open world, it has an open world feel, right? It's more open world than Pokemon games have been. They're actually stating that this one is going to be open world. So I'm curious to see how they're going to do that. Like, are these Pokemon going to evolve with you? You know, like I forget the term that people use, but it's like level level adjust, I guess, with you. So like as you get powerful, the Pokemon out in the wild are powerful. Or they could do a thing where it's like this area will fuck you up if you go underpowered. You know what I mean? And this level you'll just breeze through for being powerful. Which I think they might do. Arceus is kind of that way, where I've run into a couple areas where, they're level 60 and I'm not quite there yet. So I think that's the way that they're going to go just based on that game. And it seems like it's weird, like they're coming out with a new generation or a new set of Pokemon games already, even though we just got the remakes and Arceus. But I know that those ones were delayed because of COVID. So they've probably been working on these other ones since then, since the games were done. But we'll see, man. So they showcased the new starters in the trailer that they gave us, which is about 3-minute long trailer. You get to see a lot of the older generation Pokemon return, and I don't think they're going to be doing like a whole 150. They've stated they're not going to be doing a full Pokedex, so we're not going to be collecting all fucking 830 Pokemon or whatever in this game. So it'll be kind of like Sword and Shield, where it's limited in their Pokedex. But it's very cool. I've already pre-ordered. I put a pre-order in for both of them. I don't know if I'm going to get both of them, but we'll see. Then they did Pokemon Legends Arceus Daybreak update. Essentially, it's kind of like a Pokemon outbreak where it's a limited timed event during certain days, or not like actual calendar days, but it's like as you go throughout the game, they just pop up randomly, and they essentially just like throw 50 of the same Pokemon at you, so you can collect, catch a bunch of them, battle a bunch of them, try to get the shiny ones, yada yada. So they did that. They also are giving away some items from the mystery gift menu of the game. So if you go into Pokemon Legends Arceus and select mystery gifts, you can put in the password Arceus Adventure, and you will get 30 Ultra Balls, 30 Gigaton Balls, and 30 Jet Balls. So they're essentially preparing you for these daybreaks by just giving you 90 Pokeballs to use. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then there's going to be an online animated series for that particular game that will be coming out later in 2022. So they also showcased Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl trainers. They're going to be added. So players essentially are going to be able to add a new legendary Pokemon Shaman to their party. So again, once you're in the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearls, go into your mystery gifts area, which connects you to the internet, and you're able to download Professor Oak's letter, which gives you the option to go collect Shaman on Route 224. But you will need to have beaten the Elite Four and the Pokemon Champion in order to access it. You can still collect it now, because I haven't actually done that yet. So that's now in my bag, and it's going to be available for a limited time. I know,
get up on it.
Yeah. So the Arceus, the mystery gift for Pokemon Legends, that goes until March 31st. So you want to do that quicker, sooner than later. But if you have the other game, might as well just jump in there as well and get that ready to go for you. They are adding Pokemon Alolan region Pokemon as of March 1st, which was a couple days ago, to Pokemon Go. So you now can collect the island variations of certain Pokemon. They did Pokemon Masters X celebrates 2.5 years with free gifts. Again, you get 10 sync pairs, 10 days of free trainers. So, if you're playing the Pokemon Masters X on your phone, go ahead and jump into that as well. The Pokemon Cafe Remix added bonuses for Pokemon Day. So it's it might be a little bit late for this because it's a 4-day period where you can do certain, celebratory outfits and shit like that for your Pokemon. I don't know too much about that because I don't actually play Pokemon Cafe. And then if you play Pokemon Unite, you can try out mythical Pokemon Hoopa and earn its license. So look into that further for more details on that one. Again, I don't play that game, so I can't jump into that. I think that's it for Pokemon Presents. So I do want to say, though, for like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they did showcase the Pokemon trainers, like the main characters you get to select, and they look fucking dumpy. Like, I hate the way these characters look. So, I don't know if you've ever looked at the trainers, Dan, in Pokemon games, but they always seem to have some sort of like edginess to them, right? You're the cool kid, or you have the cool friends, and you get the backwards hat or like some sort of outfit or whatever. But Pokemon, Scarlet trainers, they look, and I don't know if this has something to do with, because it's supposed to be like Spain, right? Spanish in terms like Sword and Shield was clearly England, so they're going about it in a way where it's like, this is very reminiscent of Spain, but the outfits, they're like short shorts that are either scarlet or orange. Yeah, exactly. They're wearing ties. They just fucking look stupid. Now, you know what I mean? Like, as I'm talking about it and as I'm seeing it, like, they look dumb. Yeah, especially compared to how like other characters are designed in the other games. I felt they kind of looked dumb in Pokemon Sword and Shield a little bit, and I feel like they're just now making him look even more dumb or making him look more childlike, which, whatever, I guess, because it's a child's game ultimately, but like, they look like they're not 10. They look like little 6-year-old kids that are going on these adventures.
I think part of the problem is that just looking at the images on the internet of the trainers, they look like they don't fit their clothing, or their clothing rather doesn't fit them. It's too big or baggy, or something's off. Right. Like the tie is too short, the pants are too wide, or the shorts are too wide, the socks are too high. It is a weird. The hats are too small. It's a weird combination of things. Right. So, like, if you decided to like search Pokemon, say like Ruby trainers, right? Like, obviously they have their own look, and that one fits it, where it's like they look like they're wearing like tracksuits almost because of the landscape that they're in. Yeah. So it but it also still looks like they're edgy. Yeah, in a way. It looks like Pokemon. Right. But yeah, these new ones, what the fuck, man? They look dumb. I hate them, I'm going to lose a little bit of gamer street cred by saying this, but I've never played a Pokemon game in my life. And I agree that those don't look very Pokemon-like. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It's weird. But we'll see. Well, when you create a multi-billion-dollar franchise, you can design your characters however you'd like, Andy. I will. So that's my only real critique on there. Like, everything else, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, we'll see. I mean, we didn't get a whole lot of the information about what's happening, what the gimmick is gonna be, but I mean, just the character design, at least, and it's only the trainers. I mean, I'd have to go back and look at the trailer to see if there's any other trainers that pop up, but the main characters that you pick, the boy and the girl, just look fucking dopey. So, but there have been other Nintendo updates, right? So moving on, is there a Nintendo Game Pass? Right, it's really interesting. It's not going to be like Game Pass, obviously. It's not going to be like PlayStation Plus, but Nintendo has released a new update for the Nintendo Switch Online, and it's for missions and rewards. So it's kind of like, like, this is why I say like Game Pass. So it's like, when you play Game Pass games, you can turn in rewards. That's what it seems like they're doing with Nintendo. Is, I guess, the Game Pass Quest system or whatever. So based off of like the IGN article here. So it's going to be similar to that. So essentially you're going to be able to play like Nintendo Switch Online games to earn platinum points and other things, which then you can use those platinum points to put toward their online shop or something like that. I know some of the platinum points you can get like physical items, which is kind of cool, or at least they were, where you can get like a little calendar that had Nintendo characters on there, or a keychain, that had like the Triforce on there, or who knows. If they update it, it'd be cool if we could use some of those platinum points as currency toward like some of the physical items that they have on the shop, because I know that they've done a lot of new stuff like t-shirts that are exclusive, hats, mugs, shit like that.
So that'd be really cool. If they ever bring back those other controllers for the Switch, like the 64 controllers and the Super Nintendo controllers, that would be cool if I can put points toward that. Maybe not for the whole thing, but to kind of drop it down in price a little bit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that would be kind of cool. And then Atari is trying to make a comeback in the sense of software. So, in the start of March, Atari is actually publishing a new game called Combinera, which will be its first original game that they've done in who fucking knows how long, right? So it's going to be a puzzle type game. Again, based on IGN's article, it states that Combinera is a new Atari IP where players take control of differently colored balls and use them and their unique abilities to work their way through over 300 environments and puzzles. The balls all move in unison, but different colors will interact with puzzles in different ways, requiring concentration and puzzle solving to move forward. So it looked neat. And if you're going to get back into gaming by doing games as opposed to trying to come out with a new Atari, I feel like there's enough consoles out there. If you focus on software, I think you can make some serious money.
Yeah, carve out your little niche in the market.
Like there's no shame in being like a Sega, you know. They understood like consoles are not for us, but we can still put our games on all these consoles. You know, you got the phones, you got the PlayStations, you got the Xboxes, you got the, you know, Switches or whatever Nintendo console that, you know, is at the time. So it looks neat. I like the look of it. You know, it's very like neon. So
it's very Atari.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks very simple or simplistic in style. But it is planned to be coming out in April, and it will be coming out on PC via Steam and Epic. It's going to be on the Switch, PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Atari VCS, which is their new one that they did. Again, like I said, there's too many consoles out there. And then iOS and Android. So okay. I'll actually check this out. And who knows? It might come to Game Pass.
Yeah, you never know.
Right? Get some Achievos.
As long as they're not overly difficult, yeah.
Yeah. Or overly time consuming. That's the problem too, where it's like it's gonna be like 50 hours to do all this.
That too. That's always yeah. Unless you really enjoy the game and are gonna play that much anyway, then yeah.
Yeah. So but that's it for games really. Well,
yeah. I came across so it's no secret. I don't own a PlayStation. I haven't owned a PlayStation since PlayStation 2. But I came across an article that kind of pissed me off a little bit that is related to PlayStation because it's a PlayStation exclusive game and it caught my attention. It's involving Gran Turismo 7.
Okay.
And so this game was released. It came out, had great reviews. And when new games are reviewed, a lot of these review websites and writers will incorporate into their reviews and overall scores of a game how microtransactions affect their gameplay. You know, does it really add to it? Does it bring it down? That kind of stuff.
Right.
So Gran Turismo 7 comes out. All these reviews are amazing because they don't really have microtransactions. It's just the game. And it's apparently a beautiful game. And if you're into that kind of genre, it's a really good game. Well, I guess the developer and Sony itself waited for all of these glowing reviews to come out. And then they turned on microtransactions after that. And some of these microtransactions, and not only that, but they upped the price of the game to $70. And some of these microtransactions are $40 for a single car. And so people are pretty pissed off because it's like, hey, why is this car that was $2.99 in the previous iteration of this game now 13 times more expensive and $40?
Right, because they're going about it using credits as opposed to direct purchases.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's kind of like what Halo Infinite was doing before they adjusted their shop too, where
Yeah.
it was kind of astronomical, where it was $20 or $40 for a set of credits that got you a pack of, which was like a paint job for your armor and gun and maybe like a little headpiece, attachment, and that was it. So I can see that.
Yeah. So of the article I'm looking at, it says these can be bought for around 3 million credits, which if you buy the credits is about $40. You have the option to grind out the credits yourself and not buy them. But to give an example, they lay out the math of it. Against AI, winning a top tier race can get you about 75,000 credits. When you consider that each race takes somewhere around 20 to 30 minutes, that means you manage to win outright every single one of those races. It would take you a minimum of 13 hours to earn 3 million credits. And after all of that, you could still only afford to buy one of those cars.
Yeah. So they're expecting people to stick with it, which some people do because it's a racing simulator and they, find enjoyment in just constantly racing, constantly tuning up. So they may put in those hours, but I see what you're saying. It is kind of dirty to do shit like that.
It's dirty to do it after all those reviews came in that incorporate how microtransactions affect the game.
Yeah.
They waited for all of those reviews to come in that were very positive, and then they switched on those microtransactions, and it pissed me off. It pisses me off that they do that kind of shit. If you want to put a $40 car microtransaction into your $70 game, cool. That's your choice, and I have no problem with that. But if you go around about, those kinds of reviews and you make it where, hey, look at all these great reviews we have that don't talk about these microtransactions being outrageous. I don't know. It just feels very underhanded and shitty. And it fucking pissed me off. So I wanted to mention it. Fuck you, Sony. I'm glad I don't own your shit.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's
Xbox games that do it too. I know. But this really, because this was developed and it was developed by Polyphony Digital and it was published by Sony. Right. So they have to own that one. Yeah, and I know Halo had its own issues.
Yeah, well, I mean, and certain games will, and a lot of the racing games do, but that's why I don't do microtransactions. I mean, for the most part, I've done that shit on Halo. I have purchased, a couple, whatever, but yeah, when it gets out of hand for that kind of shit, that's when you vote with your wallet. You know what I mean? So
I stopped playing Halo like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
As you're aware. The last time I played was with you.
Well, for multiplayer. But I'm just saying, in general, for any game, you know what I mean? Even for the mobile games I play, I will play up to a certain point where if they start pushing microtransactions on me more and more, that's when I just stop. Because I got my enjoyment out of it. I don't need to be paying more into it unless I really want to for some reason. Right. You know what I mean? So... But I see what you're saying. Gran Turismo 7's new microtransaction models. That sucks.
It's more than 50% of the game price for a single one of their microtransaction cars.
Yeah, because it's $60 for the PS4 version, $70 for the PS5 version. And if a car can be up to $40,
that is outrageous.
Right. That's the cost of almost, depending on what game you're playing, like a season pass. But you're only getting one car.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And like I said, they give an example of the Porsche 919 Hybrid 16 could be bought in Gran Turismo Sport for $2.99. But it's now $40 in this game. Why? Other than we want more money.
Yeah. That's all it is. So don't give them the money.
It's going to get to the point where we're not going to be able to afford to play fucking games anymore.
Right. That's when retro games will start coming into play more and more. So start getting those ones now.
Yeah.
before they become real, overly expensive or it's out of fucking control.
You never know. So,
But-
yeah, I just wanted to mention that before we left the gaming section of our show today.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
So yeah, all right, let's move on then, right? Screen time.
Yes,
What have you
sir.
been watching?
So, I have finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I powered through it because it was leaving Netflix with no definitive answer on where it was going to be heading to or when.
So before you talk more about that, I do have a definitive answer for you. And
There's
it's
a
coming to
definitive
Disney
answer.
Plus on March 16th.
There is a definitive answer now, but at the
Right.
time
Yeah,
that I
at the
powered
time there
through it,
wasn't.
And so I was like, fuck, man, I got to get this done. So I finished that, which means I am now to Endgame. I'm now to Endgame. And so I have to watch Endgame again, which, oh darn, oh no, how horrible, right? No, I like that movie, so I have no problem watching it again.
You already finished Ant-Man and Wasp?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep. I'm past that. So immediately after Endgame, I start the new Disney Plus series shows with Loki at the top. So we're getting there. We're getting there, my friend. I'm almost done.
It's about fucking time.
I know.
When you start that, though, let me know. I want to watch Loki again.
Okay. I started this journey January 1st, 2021.
Holy
So
shit.
it's been over a year of chronological order of the MCU.
Complete.
Complete.
MCU. That's all the other bullshit shows, too.
All the other bullshit shows, I fucking hated Cloak and Dagger so much. But I watched it, I did it, and I own it. Like, I fucking did it. I watched all of the one-shots that they did. I watched the Ed Norton Hulk. I had to track down some, like, dubs for things that weren't in English. Like, I had to do some hunting for a couple things. Like, a few of those one-shots are kind of hard to find because they were like, oh, this was on the special edition Iron Man 2 DVD collector's set special edition disc 2 special features, and that's the only place you can find it. It's like, well, fuck, man, how what am I gonna do? So I'd have to like hunt that kind of shit down, but I got through all of it. I'm at Endgame and then Loki, and then we can really start going through the new stuff. I'm pretty excited.
Hell yeah, man.
Other than that, I've also watched a few episodes of Reacher, which is on Amazon Video. The first couple episodes are really good, and I really enjoy it. It's weird to see the main character. I believe his real name is Alan Richson, but he was Thad in Blue Mountain State. If you ever saw that show.
No.
Okay, so if for those of you listening, if you've seen the show Blue Mountain State, this is like the exact opposite kind of character. He plays in Blue Mountain State. He plays this dumb bully college football star. That's just he's just a pile of muscle, but he's dumb as a rock. Whereas in this show, he's a former military MP who is really smart and really observant and just knows his shit and handles himself well. He's still a giant pile of muscle, of course. So there's always that will never change because he's just built that way. But it's a very entertaining show. It's a drama. It's not a comedy, but it's pretty good. So I recommend it. And if you've ever read any of the Reacher books, which, full disclosure, I have not, but my father-in-law has, and he was telling me that he thought it was a pretty good adaptation of what Reacher should be, especially compared to the way that Tom Cruise played Reacher at one point. So if you are into this kind of genre, then thumbs up, check it out.
Yeah, it's something that I saw and I was looking to potentially starting.
So yeah, I would recommend checking it out if you got a free time and you got a little bit of open schedule on what you want to watch.
Ah, shit, man. I wish, but maybe I'll slip it in there.
That's
Shows
what
are,
she said.
yeah, shows are always, evolving or revolving on us. So, I finally, I don't know if I talked about this, but I watched and completed Midnight Mass. I can't remember if I brought this up a couple episodes back.
I don't recall.
So we finally sat down and watched Midnight Mass.
You know what? I think actually, now that you did mention it, but it was very brief.
Okay, so we finished it. Really good. I really like the guy's work. Essentially, the writer who did Midnight Mass. He also did like the House on Haunting Hill, shit like that. Really good. So we watched that. We started watching Mythic Quest. So we're still powering through season 1.
Okay,
it's slow. We're only on like episode 4. So we did that, but really it's just me watching Impractical Jokers and Cuphead. I'm still trying to get through Cuphead, but I'm doing comfort food really for what I'm watching. We did buy tickets for Batman.
Okay.
So we'll be seeing that Tuesday.
Nice.
So, and apparently it's getting really good reviews. Like I saw IGN gave it a 10, so.
Hey, after I remember when people shit all over Heath Ledger being cast as Joker, and then it ended up being phenomenal. I am willing to give people benefit of the doubt at this point with this kind of stuff. So,
right. Patman.
Yeah,
Robert Patman.
Hey, he's been good in everything else I've seen him in.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much him, right? It's how DC handles their fucking movies.
I'll give you that.
So
they've always been relatively good with Batman. That's kind of been the weird exception.
Right. But yeah. Well, I mean,
Justice League problems aside, when Batman has his own standalone movies, they've handled those pretty decently, except for the fact that they fucking reboot it constantly.
Right. That's my problem too. You guys keep trying to build this universe, but you keep fucking rebooting it. So because of Ben Affleck's Batman being out now, this particular Batman it fits more in with Joker, right? Than it does with any of the other DC movies. So that's why it's fucking weird. Like, are you guys trying to create a shared universe, or are you not? Or is it half shared, and then half just solo movies that don't really connect with each other?
Right.
Because I don't think...
Well, it's clear that the master of that is Marvel.
Right. But
it's clear.
But it shouldn't be hard to do.
It shouldn't be, no.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the best. You don't have to one up Marvel. But if you make a coherent story, yeah, but to a point, because people are fans of, Marvel or DC or both, and then they can pick or choose, right? But you're not even doing like some that competition. You're not even creating the same thing. It's one of those things where it's like DC is just like, this sounds like a good idea. Let's do this. Let's do this one story in a movie. And then it just completely undoes everything that you guys have been trying to do. So, but I agree. Batman is Marvel's Spider-Man, where they fucking rebooted all the goddamn time. We get it. His parents die in the alley. We understand. Can we move on? You know what I mean? We get it. Uncle Ben dies. Can we move on? So, but we got tickets for that. So we'll be seeing it Tuesday night. And what I saw was also gross too. Is AMC's charging more to see the Batman? What, like, you guys? I don't know, man. These fucking movie theaters.
I haven't gone to an AMC in a very long time, and I have no reason to go to one.
Yeah.
The closest AMC to me, the last thing I heard about it is that it had a bed bug infestation in 2 of its theaters. So, wow. And granted, that was several years ago, but that's the last thing I heard about AMC before we're going to charge people more for certain movies. Like, another reason not to go to AMC. Excellent. Yeah. Noted.
When they go, I will not be sad.
No.
So you guys are doing this on your own.
Not to mention, every time I go to Harkins, the experience is way better overall anyway.
Yeah.
So let's keep going to Harkins.
Do it up, man.
Are you guys
Do
going to the Harkins
it up.
out here by me with the biggest screen in Arizona with Dolby Atmos?
No,
Oh,
not this round.
womp womp.
But we will. I'll do
Hey.
it eventually.
Multiverse of Madness is coming soon too.
I know. So, yeah. So we've been doing that. So, that's what we've been watching. That's what I'm going to watch. But there was, I think, so Disney Plus, right? Speaking
Yeah.
of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming in there. So Disney Plus is going to be evolving their platform to add parental controls for viewing due to the mature content of Netflix's shows. Netflix's Marvel shows are coming March 16th, along with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we're getting all of those on Disney Plus, which is awesome to see.
Yes.
Now, could this be the start of the, like the Netflix style where mature titles can start coming to Disney Plus because they own Fox?
Yeah.
You know what I
fingers
mean?
crossed.
So are you going to give us a more coherent and a more complete collection? So it's not like I'm asking for much out of Disney Plus other than, give me the fucking Zorro show. So everything else is cherry on top at that point. Which
A
might
girl
be
can
some,
dream.
yeah, dude. I was talking to Mary about this last night. I was like, I might just fucking pirate it. You guys have made it so it's like $300 per season, right? There's 2 seasons, so $600 for me to own it on DVD. That's and that's it. And there's no other way for me to see it. So I think I might pirate it. I don't condone, I don't support pirating, but like I understand when you have no other option.
You wouldn't download a car, would you, Andy?
You bet your ass I would. Now, it's so funny that used to be a fucking thing. You could now, and you can 3D print that fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
So
Kind of funny.
it really is. Like, man, that commercial did not age well. So we got that, which I thought was really neat. And other news, as of I think last weekend. So as of February 27th, right? Uncharted passed $220 million globally.
Fuck yeah.
And it's still held on as the number 1 spot.
It won't
Now-
after this weekend.
Oh no, this weekend it will drop because of Batman. Batman will take number 1, which
Yep.
is fine. But like that's awesome. 220 million globally as of
Yeah, they'll make another one.
Yeah. Yep. So, and Sony's already said this movie is a success. So I'm very stoked about it. And while they haven't, announced an Uncharted 2, I know we're getting it, and I will support that in theater too because I'll want an Uncharted 3.
And it kind of confirms Tom Holland is the man.
He's so good. If people could just stop being dicks to him all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking media. And then in sadder news, so Twisted Metal, right? They're doing a TV series, which I've known for a while that they're doing this, but they did state that it was supposed to be going to Paramount Plus for whatever reason. They changed it to be going to Peacock. Yay. And then Anthony Mackie is going to be leading the series. Double yay. Like, Anthony Mackie's fine. He's fine as Falcon, right?
Okay.
I liked him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I liked him in the Marvel movies. But I also did not like him in his lead starring TV show when he did season 2 of Altered Carbon.
Okay.
On Netflix. I really liked the first season. Season 2, he like his acting, depending on what he's in. Now, granted, I haven't seen him in a whole lot outside of Marvel, but if he's not into it, you can tell he's not into it. Like his acting comes off as being not into it. So, like, I don't think Twisted Metal is going to do well, which is a shame because I like Twisted Metal. I think you could make a cool thing out of it. More of a movie than a TV show, but
I missed that game.
you know, they're supposed to be making another game, but we'll see. They botched it on PlayStation 3 when they only gave us like 3 characters and they made it story based.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I just wanted to go back to, this character is seeking revenge on Sweet Tooth, and then you just play through like 8 levels where you have to kill everybody to get to Sweet Tooth.
It's an arcade shooter. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
So I did buy Twisted Metal on eBay like a couple months back because I wanted Mary to play it. She's never played it. And I was like, I used to stay up in like during the summers. I would stay up all night and I would put in the codes, right? So you get mega machine guns, infinite health, and then I would just fucking go through with every character. That was my nightly thing. Not all of them at once. It'd be like, tonight I'm doing Spectre. Tonight I'm doing Twister. Tonight I'm doing Axel, And then you could do the codes where you could be Sweet Tooth and Dark Tooth, which is Sweet Tooth's dad or whatever the fuck. Right. But that was a blast. So I have that. I have my PlayStation in the garage still. I need to get something that I need to get like an adapter that'll allow me to do component cables to HDMI. And then we're going to fucking play.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So that's it for TV, really. And so that's it with games as well, man. Look at that. Fucking knocking it out.
Look at us.
Yeah, look at us. You know what time it is?
It's Q&A with D&A.
Yeah. Fucking A, man.
All right.
So what you got for me?
All right. Let's see what we got here.
What you got for me? Yeah, what you got for me, Dan?
Okay. I warned you that I'm not sure you're going to be super thrilled with this question, but let's do it.
All right. Let's do it.
What do you most admire about both of your parents?
Oh my God. Well, I don't admire anything about my dad, so that's easy.
Okay.
And then for my mom, I would admire that
she's a strong, independent woman that don't need no man.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I was thinking that she does have strength to her, right? She raised me and my sister all on her own, right? And made sure that she did the best she could with, the limitations she had. And I think that we turned out all right, So that's what I admire in my mom.
That's sweet.
Yeah. My daddy can go fuck himself. I admire his ability to go fuck himself.
Yeah, when I pulled that one out, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be... Yeah, well, I'm asking it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, that's how you get to know people. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's how you get to know us.
That's true. I already knew how you felt about that. But our listeners don't. So there we have it. Andy's dad can go fuck himself.
Yeah. Feel free anytime.
Well,
what about you? What do you admire in your parents?
So, with my dad, it's something kind of similar with your mom. He was when my parents got divorced, he was a single dad. So he took a leading role in raising me for a little bit. And it's kind of surprising that I made it through as level-headed as I did. Like, I know I'm not perfect. Nobody is, right? But like he did some shit. Not illegal shit. Like he wasn't like a hitman to make money to keep a roof over my head kind of stuff. But he had like 3 jobs at one point and he was going to school and he would go to the bar. And this was back when they would give you like snacks and stuff when you would go in there to drink. Yeah. So he would go to the bar, he would order a beer, he would drink his beer, and then he would fill his pockets with like finger sandwiches and peanuts and shit like that and come home and that would be my dinner. So out of necessity, that was not like, cause that was like out of necessity because it was like $1 for a beer and then we both had dinner for $1. So, like, I admire that he had that kind of commitment. I don't know what the word is, but you see what I'm saying. Like, he had that drive. And then with my mother, I admire her ability to create and be positive. Like, you've been to her house. You've seen her craft room. Like, that woman, I think Joanne Fabrics stock is reliant on her being a customer.
I mean, yeah, I will agree because I do know your mom, and she does love her fucking crafts, man. I remember the old house she was in, that whole room, just fucking floor to ceiling, just crafts. But I agree that her positivity is a force to fucking reckon with. You know what I mean? Like, I love that about your mom. Like, no matter what, I could say the fucking worst shit I can think of, not to her, but like I feel like this, like, fuck this. Like, I could be in such a pissed off mood, and she would be understanding, and then try to help me find the silver lining without being like overly, Christian about it. Right. You know what I mean? Where it's like, well, she's like, well, like,
God has a plan, Andy.
Yeah,
God has a plan.
She's like, she's not like that. Yeah, she's like, let's talk about it. Well, I see what you're saying, but like, have you thought about it this way? Like, I actually always enjoyed talking to your mom.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we bust her balls a lot, but it's
in good fun.
Yeah, it's in good fun. It's not like legitimate. Like, one of my favorite things to do throughout the year with her is we will steal items from her house. Not important stuff, just trivial bullshit that's around her house. And we'll do it all year. And if she notices something is missing, she'll call me. Or if they're looking for something, they'll call me like, do you have this? And if they figure it out, I'll give it back to them. But if they don't, I wrap everything up and I give it back to them for Christmas. It's a ton of fun. It's become a little tradition now. Like, her birthday was last weekend, and we took shit from her house then.
That's awesome.
Like, I don't think she listens to this. So if she does, it's intermittent. So I'm gonna risk it. Fuck it. Last weekend, we took her waffle maker. Just took it. We put it in the bottom of the diaper bag and walked out the front door when we said bye.
So clearly she doesn't make waffles often.
Oh, she does. When the kids go over there on the weekends and stay with her, she'll make them waffles once in a while. So, but she has so much of those types of things that she might just be like, oh, I probably put it in a different cabinet or something and I can't find it and whatever.
That's awesome.
One year I took an entire bar stool from their house and they didn't notice.
How?
Yeah. Well, that one I did have to be pretty sneaky about it, and I had to really work that one, but I got it done. But there's been other times when I just like test it, and I've walked out of their house with something they own in my hand, gave them hugs with it, and it said, "Okay, bye," and just walked out of the house with it perfectly in view, and they didn't say a word. So it's turned into like a challenge at this point. Like, what can I get away with?
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
One of these times, this might be like a full thing, right? One of these times you might want to take like her car key, go make a copy. And and you know how like those pranks that we've done with a couple people where we've saran wrapped the fucking car? You should wrap the car. Like everything on the inside, like completely wrap it. That might be something.
I wouldn't normally be opposed to something like that, but they are very protective with who drives their car. I have never driven one of their vehicles.
Well, you don't have to do it because you're going to wrap it. So you could just get into it just to wrap everything.
True. Taking a key and making a copy, though, the vehicles they drive are relatively new. So getting a copy made might be like $1,500.
Yeah, because it's one of those probably fobs that you don't actually have.
It's one of the fobs that are like that are programmed to the vehicle and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Well,
and pranks. I don't know if pranks are really their thing. Although I do things like that once in a while. But yeah, mostly my thing is just taking stuff from their house, and Jessica helps me with it. And the kids dropped a dime on me once, so I'm not trusting those little brats with that kind of stuff anymore. They just like, oh, Daddy took this. It's like, why? Why'd you say that?
That's when you start giving them stitches, man. They'll learn that lesson.
Yeah. No,
right.
They're just trying to be helpful to Grandma, and I get it. I'm not actually angry at them for it. All right, enough rambling. What's my question, good sir?
All right, Dan.
What do you got?
If you live to be 100, would you rather have a sharp mind or a fit body?
Ooh, at 100. I think. Shit. That like one is a drag on the other. Mm-hmm. I think I would want a fit body.
Yeah.
More than a sound mind. I think. It's hard to say, man, because having a fit body, but like you just have like dementia. That's hard on everyone around you and everybody you love.
Right.
You have a very sharp mind, but you can't walk or you can barely speak, and you have to have somebody wipe your ass. That's tough on you. So,
and the person wiping your ass.
And the person wiping your ass. But hey, if that's what they get paid to do. So it's kind of hard to answer that. That's a really hard question to answer because, like I said, you have those two options. Who's it going to be hard on? So if I'm living at home, like if my family is going to be the one taking care of me, I think I'd rather have a sound mind. But if I'm in like a nursing home and everyone just like says, okay, yeah, go, like away, we don't care. Which, I don't think that'll be my fate, but you never know. Like something could happen and I could end up where I'm 90 and kids get, if I end up in my 90s, my kids are going to be in their 60s and 70s at that point. So it's not like they'll be that young and shit can happen. So there's always that small chance that you could end up alone at age 100. And if that's the case, I'm in a nursing home somewhere kind of forgotten, then I'd rather have a fit body because, the fuck do I care? So situation kind of dictates which one. But yeah. So I guess if I'm living at home, a mind. If I'm living in a nursing home, a body. How about you?
I'd want a sharp mind.
Sharp mind?
Yep.
No matter what?
Yeah. Because I want to be 100 anyway, and nothing would suck worse than being 100 and not even realizing it. I made it to my goal, but I didn't know about it. So I'd rather... Plus, like, my body's not all that great right now. You know what I mean? So I have a feeling that I'm going to have a sharper mind than a more fit body. So as long as I make it to 100, and then it could all give out like that night when I go to bed. Like, yeah, I made it to 100. Let's have a little birthday. And then when I go to bed, that's it.
It's funny you mentioned that because my great-grandmother died on her 100th birthday.
Like that night or that day?
That day. She was born November 20th, 1899, and she died November 20th, 1999. She was like 5 weeks from living in 3 different centuries and 2 different millennia.
Crazy. See, I'd have to look into that kind of shit, but it's like, I want to be 100. That's my goal. That's my ultimate goal. But
it's not a bad goal.
Yeah.
What sucks is you don't really get to pick one over the other, and there's always the possibility you could have Alzheimer's and have a broken body, like the worst of both.
Yeah, that's true.
Or there's always those weird people, or not weird, but unusual, notable people that have the best of both, like. Oh, yeah, I have an IQ of 148, and I just finished a marathon, and I'm turning 101 in 4 days.
That won't be me. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I think it'd be cool. That's where I want to go. I want to be 100. So I want to be able to have the mind to understand and realize that I am 100 and I made my goal.
And then just go to sleep.
Yeah, and then like after whatever, yes, I made it to be a century. And then when I go to bed, I don't need to wake up again.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I always love those interviews too with people that make it into the hundreds. Oh, what's your secret? Nobody ever says genetics, right?
Right.
It's always like, well, I've eaten half a pound of chocolate for the last 48 years, so it's clearly the chocolate. Like shit like that is their answer, and it's like I've smoked a pack and a half a day since 1947.
Yeah.
I don't think that's helping you. I think that's just a coincidence.
Right. Yeah. We'll see how it goes, man. But I will tell you, if I wake up the day after my 100th birthday, my goal is to be 150.
There's a theory out there that the first person to live to be 150 years old is already alive today.
I know. I have the magazine. I was reading it.
Yep.
I read that it was like 2019, something like that. It came out. Mary got it. It's Popular Science, I think it was, for the magazine.
Why not you? You're alive today.
Fuck yeah, I am. What a time to be alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What a time.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is time for? It's time to get the hell out of here.
Oh, let's fucking bounce.
Let's get out of here. Enjoy the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Jabberbox episode 33. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget that we post each and every week about whatever it is we want to jabber about. If you like that, please join us over on patreon.com/dandydigital, where you can write in and be part of the show and get the episodes early. If you have no bucks to toss our way, that's just dandy. Please find us and subscribe to us over on YouTube or on any of your favorite podcast services. Rate us and help us grow the show into something bigger and better. Until next time, let's make it to 100.